Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. How are you all doing? So today I am going to review Sugandha Niacinamide Serum for you all as you had requested. I did share with you the Dermaco Niacinamide Serum review, which a lot of you liked, but many of you even got offended by that. I don't know why. From now on, I'm going to give you this disclaimer. Number one, that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist. I am a skincare enthusiast and I'm 41 years old, so whatever I have learned through the years and whatever I've learned, read, and my trial and error, whatever has happened through all of these years, that is what I'm going to tell you about, and that is the experience that I use actually. And I am a chemistry teacher also. I love skin science. So whatever I'm going to tell you in this video are my opinions. You might or might not agree with that, but that's totally fine. And before that, please subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. If you like the video, like it. And finally, let's start. So my video is always about packaging first. So this one packaging is simple, glass bottle as it should be, and it is a dark glass bottle which has like this dropper thing, which is normally the Sugandha's vitamin C serum you must have seen, or any other whatever packaging she uses. It's a very nice sober packaging with a dark glass bottle with a green cover, and that is how you will get all the Sugandha products. So talking about the price, it retails for 699 rupees, and I was so stupid, I didn't even use any coupon code. If you intend to buy it, you can use the coupon code of maybe Shweta Vijay or maybe some other influencer. I did not, and I was so stupid. Anyways, I don't have any affiliate link with them, but you can definitely try searching for other affiliate links. So if you talk about benefits of niacinamide, it is such a versatile ingredient. Main thing is that it suits all the skin types. It has the least side effects, and it goes so well with the other ingredients also. No matter if you are using retinol, if you are using AHA, BHAs, and now though even they are doing this new research that I was reading yesterday, that even with vitamin C you can use it. So the one ingredient is water, as niacinamide is water soluble. So number 2 is niacinamide or the vitamin B3, and that is 10% in this one, but it's totally fine. I know a lot of studies have been showing now that people are just going crazy, not the people but basically the companies are going crazy and trying to tell people that the more higher you go in the percentage, the better it's gonna be, but it's not that. And definitely even the lower concentrations might work fine for you. The third ingredient that you'll see here is propylene glycol, and it has been in controversy. A lot of people were talking about that it's toxic, it's not good for your skin, and this paraben thing, all of that came out in the market, and everyone was like, oh my goodness, should we use this or not? Then I read this one article by this thing here, Dr. Herman MD, who's Fad MD, and then another person who's Joshua MD or Director of Cosmetic Research. Then they all proved that it's totally fine if it's in the smaller quantity, and only people, the ones who have super sensitive skin, or maybe those who have rosacea, eczema, maybe it might not suit to them. So it's advised that whenever this kind of preservative is there in the skincare ingredient or in the product, it's recommended that you always do a patch test. That's what I would also recommend, that when you get it, do a patch test, because maybe you might have an allergy, or maybe you might be having any other skin condition which this might not suit you. But overall it's totally fine, nothing to worry about this ingredient. The next ingredient that you see here is panthenol, or this vitamin B5. This is like made or derived from pantothenic acid, and this is also very good for your skin. It has been proven to actually make your skin healthy. It helps in redness, irritation, or any kind of, I remember they even add this thing in diaper rash cream, so you can understand that how good it can be for the skin, basically if it's inflamed or if you have any irritation. So this is one of those ingredients which actually will help in any inflammatory acne problems or calming down your skin. So very good for your skin. Next ingredient is Centella Estica, or you even call it Gotu Kola, and this is one more ingredient that I found first time in any Indian skincare, because normally I have seen this one being used in Korean skincare brands. I remember I did share with you one brand which was exclusive especially about cica or centella. So centella acidica contains a lot of flavonoids, and it does even have these mesosiotes, which are one type of antioxidants. So it is very good for your skin. It is also very nice hydrating, moisturizing, repairing, anti-aging. It has all the benefits. Next ingredient is even more controversial. It's like the phenoxyethanol, and it is if you search about it on internet, you'll find that a lot of people have just written it off. They're like, it's not good for your skin and all of that. Then I went to Paula's Choice website, and there they have mentioned about it that it's totally fine. It has been defined whenever it is getting added into any cosmetic product, and if you add it in a very less quantity, like about 1%, it's totally fine. It's not harmful. And with that, if you add the other ethyl glycerine with that, it's totally fine. And both of those products, even then, you need even lesser quantity of this ingredient, and when you use it in a lesser concentration, it's totally fine. It's a preservative, and it works beautifully to actually improve the shelf life of the product that you're using. Last but not the least, the ingredient that is there is sodium hyaluronate, and that is your hyaluronic acid, and we all know how good hyaluronic acid is there to plumping up your skin, to providing hydration, to holding on to the moisture. All of that can be done with the help of hyaluronic acid. So now coming to the point, like how do we use niacinamide? That is super simple. All you have to do is wash your face. After that, apply toner. And one thing I've observed, that you should not be applying niacinamide on wet face. Let your face dry a little bit. Like, don't apply it on damp skin. Let it get a little bit dry, and then you apply the niacinamide serum. And then after that, you can apply any other serums or maybe any other moisturizers, as niacinamide is water soluble. So this is something that you have to apply first thing, and then you can apply your moisturizers, your oils and everything after that. Even if you are using any oil based serums, that also you should be applying after this. Now let's talk about like what do I feel and how much would I recommend this thing. Yes, you can try it definitely. Obviously, if you compare it with Ordinary, nothing stands there. I think still I'm in search of something which would actually match the Ordinary. From there in Indian brand or so. I'm still in search of that, but it's not bad actually, and for the price actually $6.99 is totally fine. And if you get any kind of discount, then I think for around 500 something or so, not bad. I think it's like 8 out of 10 I would give. If I would give 10 out of 10 to Ordinary, so it would be 8 out of 10 for Sugandha Niacinamide Serum. And that is only because one thing, that the color thing, I think they could have avoided adding green tea or maybe the other thing, centella, which actually gives the color to the serum. They could have kept it simple, and then also it would have worked fine, and that would have made even much more impact, or maybe that would have made more people attracted towards it because it is a simple thing. Then please do comment below anything else you want me to review. Tell me about that, and anything else, any feedbacks, please do give that. And do take care, do like the video, do subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.